Alright guys, welcome back to another draft analysis. I'm Ace, and this is going to be an epic series. We got Team Secret going up against Team Liquid. These two teams I think they're considered, I'll consider them two of the top 5 teams currently. I think Secret has proved themselves to be one of the strong teams out there. Maybe top 5 is pushing it a bit far, but they have been doing pretty well. Team Liquid on the other hand, they just lost their first series against VP yesterday. Apart from that, they have been dominating every other game ever since TI7's upper bracket against IG, I think. Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be a series to watch. And because VP did beat Liquid yesterday, Secret has something to study. Like they can study the way VP played in terms of how they won Liquid, and maybe exploit the same weakness in which VP were able to when they took the victory over Liquid. So yeah, let's see how Secret is going to approach this game. Moving on, the draft. Liquid has first pick, they ban Rubik as well as Spirit Breaker. These are two very targeted bans to Team Secret. Secret is a team that really prioritized their Rubik pick on Yapsaw. He's one of the best in the world, and because Veno is so popular in the current meta, Rubik is a very good answer to it, just because of how good stealing Plague Wards can be. Spirit Breaker is a hero that Puppy has been playing really a lot, and it's kind of suit the meta right now where there's a lot of fighting and a lot of rotations in the early game. Spirit Breaker allows for that. Yeah, so currently Nature's Prophet is still left untouched, and I'll be surprised if Liquid doesn't pick it up here for their second pick.
10 seconds remaining.
Team Secret, they ban away Broodmother and Earthshaker instantly. Broodmother first phase ban.
5 seconds remaining.
Considering that Liquid has been a team that is really doing very well, and I think there was one game where they picked it in the second as a second pick. I'm not sure if it was Liquid, or I remember seeing a second pick Brood. But Secret doesn't want to play against it, and they just decide to remove it right from the start. They don't want to get cheesed by Secret they don't want to get cheesed by Team Liquid at all. And yeah, so that's all we got for the ban from the first phase. Secret has learned from VP that they don't really need to ban the IO anymore. Like, I mean, you still have to be fearful of playing against it, but because VP did win against Team Liquid's IO, so they proved that it's not unbeatable. And if Team Secret can pick up tips from watching the replay, then yeah, they're comfortable playing against IO as well. They're also an IO playing team, so yeah, who knows, they might be the one picking up instead. Considering they got the first pick in the second phase, they might not be forced to ban it, and instead they might go for it. Okay, so as I mentioned, Team Liquid did go for the Nature's Prophet, and Team Secret actually picked up the Venomancer as well as Ember Spirit. The Ember Spirit pick here is very interesting. I think 90% of the time I see teams ban Ember Spirit against Team Secret in the second phase, so Team Secret was like, yeah, we'll just pick it up here, second pick for mid 1. Mid 1's the best Ember player in the world, I think. And Venomancer is just a very open, stable core right now. They can still play it on Ace, or they're most likely going to play it on Fata. I think Ace will play a more, I would say, interesting hero. He likes to play Arc Warden, Meepo. Yeah, those kind of heroes. Broodmother, Vicious ban. So anyway, moving on, Team Liquid, they ban away Magnus, and Secret ban away Vengeful. The Vengeful ban is very interesting though. Like,
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
I mean, I understand that like teams like Fnatic Mileski has been playing Vengeful a lot on Mushi, and they're showing the power of the Vengeful carry. But I don't think Liquid is a ban-worthy kind of hero against Liquid. Nonetheless, they want to ban all the early game kind of heroes, so Vengeful is banned as well as Viper. And Liquid, they ban away Chen as well as Magnus. Okay, this is a very interesting approach from Team Secret. They picked up 2 cores in the first phase, which I think we almost never see for a very, very long time.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Regardless, they still got their hands on the Lich, a position 5 Lich for Puppy himself. And I'm pretty sure their next pick will be for Yapsaw. And they can look towards what heroes does Yapsaw have left?
10 seconds remaining.
Actually, there's still a lot of position 4 heroes in the open.
5 seconds
There's Nyx
remaining.
Assassin. There's
Team Secret's turn to
a Spirit is still there. So yeah, and Team Liquid decided to go for Silencer. I believe this is gonna be Kuroki's hero. Silencer is a very good hero against Ember. It's like you force him to get Yield Scepter or
10
BKB.
seconds
Two
remaining.
items that Ember doesn't really want to have. You'll slow down his item progression.
5
And
seconds
if
remaining.
he doesn't get it, he'll just get countered by Global Silence, and it's very easy for Team Liquid to kill him. Yapsaw here, will we see Io, or will we see maybe Earth Spirit or Nyx Assassin? These are the 3 picks I can come into mind for Yapsaw right now. Io isn't the best against Silencer though. Like a lot of times, if you try to relocate safe or relocate people in, a Global Silence might screw up your whole combo and put you in a very dangerous position. Nyx Assassin seems like the better option here.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Okay, they go for the Doom. This is gonna be a position 4 Doom on Yapsaw, I believe. I haven't really seen him play a lot of Doom, so we'll see how he'll perform on this hero. I already feel like Team Secret is being forced out of their
10
comfort
seconds
support
remaining.
picks, especially for Yapsaw.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, so Team Liquid,
Team
they
Secret's
gonna pick
turn
up the
to bat.
Necrophos.
Necrophos.
I'm trying to think like which lineup has the better draft so far. In terms of initiation right now, Secret only has Doom as well as Sharing Chains, which isn't the best kind of initiation.
10
They
seconds
don't have a
remaining.
hero that can lock people down for them.
5 seconds remaining.
Liquid as well, they are so-called lockdown. Also, they don't have much. It's only Nature's Prophet Sprout as well as Reaper Scythe. They have nothing to control a hero, the enemy when Global Silence is used. Like usually with a Silencer, you want to have a form of initiation, and that means everyone go in at the same time, and you initiate with Global, and then you take the fight. But Team Liquid doesn't have anything along that line,
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
making me feel like their last hero needs to be some sort of playmaking core hero. Team Secret, they ban the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker can work, like when he ruptures somebody, when he runs in and you can just global. The guy cannot, if the guy TPs, you have a Reaper Scythe to follow up.
10 seconds
And if
remaining.
they fight, then you have a global behind you. So that's one way.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, but it's been banned, so Team Liquid need another option right here. As for Secret, they got a Leech Doom duo. These two duos are very strong, especially against physical damage. So like Ice Armor as well as Doom can eat the Crypt that gives you more armor, so the side of Secret can have crazy amount of armors. But currently Liquid, they don't have a pure right click core right now. Nature's Prophet is one of them probably, but it's okay if he doesn't get his right click damage off. He can still go for items like Maelstrom and more utility kind of items that allows him to contribute in the fights as well. Necrophos does magical damage, Silencer does pure damage with his glaives. So yeah, I don't think Team Liquid should go for a right click core here. Kuroki is really taking his time here. He has 50 seconds of reserve time. He's gonna have to put in a lot of thought onto this ban as well as his pick coming in. As I mentioned, Ace is a hero the player that plays a lot of different unusual heroes. So now again, Liquid is thinking whether they want to ban the Arc Warden, they want to ban the Meepo, or whichever if they feel like it's a threat. I don't think Haska is ever going to be a pick in this game. It's terrible against Necrophos. So they don't have to worry about the Haska cheese.
Team Liquid's turn
Okay, so
to
they
pick.
decide to ban the Meepo. And I think it's a fair assessment. Like Team Secret can play around his Meepo pretty well. I believe they were choosing between Meepo and Arc Warden, and they felt Meepo was a bigger threat.
10 seconds remaining.
Team Liquid, what would they go for here? Maybe something like a CK? Although it's considered a
5
right click
seconds
call, but
remaining.
it doesn't really get affected by all the armor because his crits and everything is still really painful.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Invoker. Okay, so they decided to ignore the right click route and go back for the Miracles Voker. Kind of like it. Yet at the same time, they still lack some sort of initiation. Team Liquid's draft right now is a very reactive draft. They don't have something to initiate. Their initiation is probably like Tornado, maybe. But
Choose your hero.
but they don't have something that is a. They have a really strong initiation. If Secret is the one that goes on Liquid, they have Tornado to counter. They have Global Silence to counter. They have Go Shot into Reaper Scythe. All this, the Necrophos can turn around very easily. So Team Secret has to be very careful this game not to go for the wrong initiation. If they go for a fight which they think they can pick, and turns out Team Liquid is able to in position to turn it around, it will look very bad for Team Secret's side. Team Secret, they go for the last pick PL for Ace. They might even consider putting PL mid against Invoker. Invoker against Ember is a bad matchup for Ember, and PL against Invoker is a good matchup for PL. So that's one way they can switch it up to maybe give them a more favorable lane. So we'll see whether they want to switch it up or not. It's still Ace playing the PL, but they might still switch the lanes. Both teams really have terrible initiation. This game is going to be pretty passive, I would say. There's going to be pickoffs here and there, but the team fights, I doubt there'll be any big team fights happening in the first 20 to 25 minutes even. But the late game is going to be explosive, if you ask me. And so, usually when it comes to the late game, it's very hard to say. The late game is always very volatile, like anything can happen. Either team can suddenly just take a victory. And we have Miracle Vocal, his late game is really insane. So, something to look out for. But if you look at Liquid sign up, they don't have a really strong late game call apart from Miracle's Vocal. Necrophos doesn't really scale well to late, Nature's Prophet is fine. But on the side of Secret, they actually got PL and Ember Spirit. And this is going to be a Miracle show if Liquid is going to do it. But who else but Miracle can do it, right? All in all, I think the overall draft I favor Team Secret just slightly a bit, but it's Miracle Vocal, so it's gonna be very interesting to watch. Alright, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. I still can't decide who's gonna win, but I can tell it's gonna be a very good game. Thank you. GG. Bye.